Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Egan, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series of videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff and drink stuff, then, folks. I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff at the time I'm doing this, folks. Excuse me. I'm not going to lie. It's National Pierogi Day. Yeah. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm yammering on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I wear super cool shirts, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for you today? Happens to be my Calvin Louise shirt. Really like this shirt. It's a cool design. Plus, I love black and green. What is Calvin Louise, though? So, Calvin Louise are sort of an alternative, industrial-ish metal band that hail from the UK. They're a really interesting band. I was fortunate enough, I got to see them perform live a couple years ago. They were out touring. I was actually supposed to see them a week ago for the second time, but my car decided to go over there and shit the bed on me, as has been known to happen. So I wasn't able to, unfortunately. But they're a really phenomenal band. They do some really awesome stuff. They also put out really cool music videos. Like, there's a lot of production that goes into them. They have a sort of a whole storytelling theme to them. I have nothing but great things to say about these folks. I was even fortunate enough to go over there and meet them face to face when I saw them, and they were really nice people. So if you happen to be interested at all, let me know. I actually have some videos of their performance I attended. Those videos are on my channel, just in case maybe you want to check them out. If nothing else, I'd be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music is concerned, because I think they're an awesome band. But anyway, what am I trying for you today, folks? What are we doing here? National fucking Pierogi Day. Yeah. So yeah, National Pierogi Day. I have celebrated this day at least since last year. I know I did it last year. I might have done it the year before. For me personally, when it comes to pierogies and heading out to local spots, there's one spot that is always my go-to for pierogies. That happens to be Tata's Pierogies. I love this place. I think they're excellent. And I've reviewed some stuff from them in the past. When I saw that they were going over there and actually doing a small event for this whole thing, they're actually doing an outdoor grill today, as well as a little car show, and just some other stuff. They got merch for sale. I was like, this is awesome. And of course, I had to get some pierogies to celebrate National Pierogi Day. So, I'm going to be reviewing, boom, we got some potato and cheese pierogies. Yeah. I've had, some of their other types, and I was like, you know what, let's go for the basics, right? So, let's get a thing for the thing here. It looks like that, and we'll just kind of go, and let's try ourselves out some meat, or some potato and cheese pierogies with a little sauerkraut on top. So good. I need you to understand something before I continue this review. This is the first thing I've had to eat all day. I specifically withheld eating something because I knew I was going to be doing this later. It is taking an absurd amount of my willpower to not just gobble these all down without even doing the damn review. These are so good. I have always said, when it comes to Tata's pierogies, they are basically, in my experience, pretty much as good as you can get, short of like just straight up homemade. I'm fortunate in that I actually have some Polish family members, kind of through marriage sort of deal and everything. And so, I've been fortunate in my past to go over there and have, like real proper like homemade ones, brought in for different events and stuff. And I mean, it's beyond incredible how delicious something so simple can be. And Tata's comes extremely close to being that experience for me. biting into this, and again, like they're doing this out on a grill, it's a whole thing. Still, you bite into it, it's got a nice crunch to it, it's nice and tender on the inside. And whereas typically when it comes to pierogies, I tend to prefer pierogies with a protein in it. But at the same time, okay, potato and cheese, you can't go wrong there. But if you're going to do that, you need to be able to deliver. Because, at least if you got a protein going on, it's a little bit more to work with, right? Potato and cheese, delicious, but it needs to be done properly. In this case, it does not in any way feel lacking because it doesn't have that protein. It's delicious. It's nice and it's cheesy. The cheese itself is not, it blends perfectly with the potato, the way that they've put it together. So instead of getting like a strong, like two different flavors, potato and cheese, you get this nice blended flavor that just brings those things together. So you get, kind of a nice little bit of earthiness as well as a nice little bit of tanginess. And it's just really fucking good. And then on top of that, like I said, you get the sauerkraut on top, which, not everybody's into sauerkraut. But I'm German, so I'm pretty much legally required to like sauerkraut on some level. I really like their sauerkraut. They really go over there and caramelize the hell out of it. And so it's not like overly biting, And I like that. It almost reminds me a little bit of like cheese blintzes that I used to get when I was a kid. There's this one buffet. I'd love to go back there at some point. I got to make a trek one day. Almost reminds me a little bit of that, but like the cheese isn't quite as tangy or almost sweet as it was with the cheese blintzes. With this, again, very earthy, very just down to earth, and just so tasty, man. 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Absolutely and absolutely. I have not had anything from Tata's pierogies that I have not enjoyed. Whether it's been, their protein pierogies, whether it's been their sweet pierogies, and now their cheese and potato, they just do a great job all around. Like, this is what they do, and it's something, I follow their Facebook page. They're clearly very proud of what they do, and they should be, because they're doing a really great job. And I have nothing but great things to say about these folks. They consistently bring quality, and that's why, if you watch my channel, you know where I'm going with this. I'm calling this the business. Folks, when I refer to something as being the business, that means it's basically a perfect item. You could tweak it, you could do a little bit here or there, but fundamentally, it's just, and that's definitely the case for these. It's the case for every pierogi I've ever had from them. They're that good at what they do. And again, like, it could be, at a glance, like, okay, it's cheese and potato, but no, they nailed it. These are super tasty. I love the texture, the crunch of them, and they just do an excellent job. So that's why if I'm recommending them, I'm absolutely recommending them. I think, again, Tata's they are a phenomenal local spot. And, if they're not a hidden gem, because I don't know exactly, they seem to have a really strong reputation in the area, but they are definitely a place that should be on everybody's radar. If you live in the area, you deserve to go out and get yourself some Tatas. And, which sounds a little bit dirty out of context. But these are fantastic. They're a fantastic establishment. Again, I have nothing but great things to say. So, 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there and have yourselves a truly National Pierogi Day-tastic rest of your life. Because, we live in a world of National Pierogi Day. That makes me so happy. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what do you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, It's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, do you celebrate National Pierogi Day? And if so, what's your favorite type of pierogi? You know, are you a cheese and potato person? Are you, maybe you got a certain protein. Maybe you're a sweet pierogi person. There's a lot of ways you can do pierogi. Let me know. Tell me your favorite spots, any favorite memories you have of pierogi. Hit me up in the comments. I always like to read that stuff. Anyway,